Good morning. It's a cold one out here today, but it feels great to be back out on the trail. And I've had interesting stuff been going through my mind this morning because I just actually came across something the other day that helped me realize that it was been almost exactly 5 years to the date that I made the proclamation and decision that I wanted to start working less in the business at Mindscape. And pretty much from that moment, my level of activity had diminished almost every single day as my leadership team stepped up to kind of take over stuff. And as I've mentioned many times on this channel or in videos and stuff, I never intended to get re-engaged in work on a full-time basis again because I wasn't confident that my type A wouldn't take over my competitive spirit and have me start living life like it's a war again instead of my newfound approach as a game. But about almost exactly 2 years ago, I started working on a new business venture, and where we were really, just to give you a high level overview, our goal is to positively impact 10,000 leaders and help them with the competency of the work that you actually have to do to lead people. Because the majority of the leadership stuff out there is all theory and books and whatever, and it doesn't really give you any practical advice on how to lead. And so our curriculum, which has been developed over the last 40 years and delivered in an in-person format over the course of a year, I've been working with our team to digitize it and come up with more of a subscription offer so that we can lower the barrier entry from about $12,000 a year down to, maybe a couple $100 or a few $100 a month to be able to access the knowledge and the network and get together with people. So it's been a lot of work over the last 2 years. My overly optimistic self, it probably took about a year and 6 months longer than I initially anticipated it would take. But now we're getting to the point where the rubber's hitting the road. We've got a product complete, and we're ready to go to market. But the interesting thing about that is, I think the process, and this is probably something, not probably, this is definitely something any small business owner is going to face along the way. But as we're building our business, we think a lot about appearances and brand and all this stuff to make sure that everything looks good and it's perfect. And frankly, I think a lot of the reason we hyper focus on that as owners of a business is because it's a direct reflection of us and a reflection of our reputation, right? So it has a lot to do with us. And so if we have any tendency of us that has fear over what other people think, when it comes time to pull that trigger, we're hesitant. And we might start getting overly buried in the details and trying to overly perfect something. And it's not necessarily to make it a perfect product or a perfect offering, but I think it's to protect our own ego, our own image, and our own reputation. And so I say all that to say that is the exact mindset I've been in for the last 24 hours, knowing that this moment has arrived. And I'm feeling those same exact PDP pants fears that I experienced when I first opened my business, or whenever I do anything that I'm not fully confident in or whatever. So it's a really interesting thing. It happens with all of us, but I think the answer to it, from my perspective, is recognize when it's happening. Ask yourself if any of the things that are holding you back are true. And if not, just push on through it. My solution is get out here on the trail, start thinking about it, identify what it is that's holding you back from doing the stuff you need to do, and allow that trail magic to work its magic and help me get through that spot. But whatever it happens to be. So I think things are kind of clicking into place for me. But as I go through this journey, I want to share openly all these little feelings and fears and things that are popping up. And actually the things that I'm going to celebrate too, I want to talk about those and share those, because I know there's going to be people that find this content that are looking at starting their own business and or are currently in a business. And I feel like if you can hear that even someone who's been in business for themselves for 25 years still has those same fears, still has those same habits and those things we trigger back into as far as behavior wise, maybe it'll make you feel a little bit more comfortable. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later.